As you will know, if you have seen previous posts of mine, I have severe hearing loss to the extent that I am considered deaf. And we have been exploring cochlear implants, and I decided I'm going to start documenting my journey with that. It's not an easy process. Insurance in America likes to make you jump through a bunch of hoops, and beyond that, it's a complicated surgery with very serious risks involved. And so I'm going to start making these little clips and recording how the journey goes and where we end up. To catch you up on where we are in my cochlear implant journey so far. I started losing my hearing at 16. I was the victim of a hit and run, and the impact of my head on the hood bonnet of the car was so severe that it damaged my inner ear and I started going deaf. In the past 2 years, my hearing has deteriorated 15% over what it was last time I was tested, and I am now well below the threshold of being a candidate for cochlear implants. So this week I have gone through 2 rounds of testing already, which has taken about 4 hours in total, and it's very emotional to go through it. And I am now trying to get an appointment to meet with the surgeon. You would think that once you have spoken to an audiologist and passed 4 hours of testing to determine that you're a suitable candidate for cochlear implants, the process would be pretty straightforward. But I just called the surgeon with the help of my husband, and was told that my PCP, not my audiologist, has to send a referral to give me an appointment to talk to the surgeon. So now I have to call my PCP, again, need the help of my husband. I can't make phone calls independently anymore, and have an appointment with my PCP this afternoon to go and see her. She won't give me a referral without seeing me, so that's yet another medical appointment and yet more time off work. This is the reality of fighting the US health system. I mentioned that the hearing testing process is emotional, and I want to expand on why. If you haven't had a hearing test since you were a kid, you probably won't be able to comprehend why that may be upsetting, right? It's not painful. But emotionally, it's hard to realize how much I depend on lip reading. I'm a very good lip reader, and how much I also fill the gaps with using context of conversations and lip reading, and then I take what I don't hear and my mind guesses what the sentences were supposed to be. And sometimes I'll answer questions thinking I know what the conversation is and completely off base, which is quite embarrassing. But realizing truly how bad my hearing is when I can't lip read and I can't have any context is quite upsetting. I got through testing yesterday, and I actually raised with my audiologist the fact that I was so emotional, both during the testing that I went through on Tuesday and again yesterday. I was fighting not to start bawling my eyes out in the testing booth, and so my audiologist told me that it's actually very common for people to start crying during their tests when they realize how bad their hearing really is. And she explains it as being a grieving process. You have to grieve the hearing life that you had before and realize that you don't live as a hearing person anymore, and your hearing is far more far lost. It's lost. It's gone. So you have to grieve that. So I've been posting videos about my cochlear journey, and I just want to give an example of how hard it is to function in a hearing world when you can't hear. My husband is not home.
and I needed to make contact with a company, and the only way to contact them is on the telephone. Not only did I have to call these people and try for 15 minutes to explain what the situation was, they then transferred me to somebody else who made me repeat everything for 15 minutes. As a deaf person, this is one of the hardest things that I have to deal with every day. Customers of companies who are deaf and cannot deal with your company in any way other than verbal communication on the phone. It's awful. It's so stressful, and it's not fair on us. Given all the technology available in the world today, you need to do better. And Capital One, I am totally calling you out. This is not okay.
I want to say a quick thank you first to all the people who have been asking me questions in my DMs about my Cochlear journey. Quick update, it's Monday, obviously, and I had tried on Friday to get an appointment scheduled with the ENT surgeon about my implants. I had to go to the PCP on Friday afternoon to get a referral for that because my audiologist referral was not acceptable to the ENT office staff. I got that referral. I then called again to make an appointment and was told that the PCP has to schedule the appointment for me. I called the PCP. Their office told me they need at least 48 to 72 business hours to schedule. Not even for me to have an appointment, but just to get around to scheduling it. So it's still stuck. Some people are wondering why I'm in such a hurry, right? If you're deaf today and you're deaf tomorrow and you're deaf in 3 weeks and you're still deaf in 2 months, like what's the big deal? What's the difference? And first of all, living like this is not living, and it's stressful and traumatic. It puts a lot of burden on my family, especially my husband, and it makes it very hard for me to work and keep a job, which impacts my income, it impacts our financial stability. It has a whole bunch of repercussions. On top of that, I have an MSA through my employer right now, and my company is on the verge of shutting down. If they shut down, I lose all of my FSA money. And so there is definitely a time crunch going on in my head, and this fear that if the company shuts down, I lose over $3,000 of FSA funds that I could otherwise use to help pay for the surgery. So that's one of the other reasons that I'm pushing so. Quick update on the ENT surgeon trying to get an appointment, hassle, drama stuff. The PCP called today and tried to tell me that the surgeon no longer works at the practice, which I questioned because he only started there last week, and it's kind of odd that he would quit already. So then they tried to tell me, well, he's not taking new patients. Well, that's odd. You just told me he doesn't work there anymore. So how would you know if he's taking new patients or not? Then they said I have to go to an audiologist before I can go and see an ENT surgeon, which I've already done twice in the last week. And so they are sending me back to see the audiologist who I've already seen. So I called my audiologist office. I was in tears. I told them what happened, and they are on the case and calling the ENT directly to try and get an appointment for me. Also, unrelated to the ENT, but I just realized I look like I have no clothes on. I swear. I'm wearing a dress. It's a strapless dress. Okay, please. Calm down. I'm not naked. Morning. We are about to leave for the airport. So super quick update on the Cochlear implants. I know some people have been following along. So it's been now 8 days since I got a referral initially to the ENT surgeon, and I still don't even have an appointment. So no updates. We're still in limbo. Hi, happy Friday. I wanted to give a quick update on the Cochlear journey. So I finally managed to get an appointment with the ENT surgeon yesterday, and they scheduled it for September, which was a real bummer because I had hoped to get in to see him in July before we went to Connecticut, and it didn't happen. And so hearing September was like just a little bit of a downer. But then I spoke to my audiologist, and she managed to make a miracle happen. And the ENT surgeon called back today and moved my appointment up to August 12th. So yeah, I'm kind of excited and nervous at the same time. So I see the surgeon first thing in the morning on August 12th, and we will see what happens after that. Another day in the life of a deaf person trying to function in a hearing world. I was referred to Caption Call, which is handled up by a company called Sorensen. It is a service that will provide me with a free desk telephone that has captions on a big screen, so I can interact better when I need to make phone calls, and the captions are supposed to be more reliable. The state of Texas covers the cost of that for people who have hearing loss to the degree that I have it. Big thumbs up, state of Texas, thank you for that. The downside is when I filled out the application with Sorensen to get the phone, I specifically said that I prefer communication in email or text, and they called me today. And the call took over 10 minutes, which is absolutely exhausting for somebody like me. So Sorensen, thumbs down. Stop calling deaf people. Morning. We have been documenting my cochlear implant journey, and we are in the car right now on the way to see the ENT surgeon for the first time. Probably going to be multiple visits before we make a decision and know exactly what's going to happen. I personally am scared, excited, but scared. Babe, how are you feeling?
Same.
Scared but excited. Scared but excited. Update you later.
1.5 miles.